A world of water. Our story begins in a time almost unimaginably distant. It is the Paleozoic era. This chapter of Earth's history started 541 million years ago. It would last for nearly 300 million years. To grasp this immensity, imagine every year as a single grain of sand. The Paleozoic would be a vast, sprawling desert. At its dawn, the world was a very different place. The land was barren, desolate rock and dust, baked by a younger sun. There were no trees. There were no flowers. There was no sound of birdsong. The great drama of life was happening elsewhere, beneath the waves, shallow, sunlit seas teeming with life. An explosion of new forms had just occurred. Trilobites, three-lobed and foraging. The Green Invasion. Plants conquer the land. The first pioneers were not animals. They were plants. Long before any creature crawled from the sea, humble green organisms began to colonize the edges of the land. These were not the grand forests we know today. The first land plants were simple and small. They were much like modern-day mosses, liverworts. No true roots, no stems, no leaves. Utterly dependent on moisture to survive and reproduce. Their hold was fragile, yet it was a start. A slow, relentless transformation began. They began creating the first soils. They pumped oxygen into the air, making the world more hospitable. The first footsteps. Animals emerged from the sea. With the land now green and the air rich with oxygen, the stage was set for animals to follow. They already possessed hard exoskeletons and ways to breathe air. In the Devonian, lobe-finned fishes showed remarkable adaptations. These fish, like the famous Tiktaalik, lived in shallow, changeable swamps. Robust, powerful limbs, precursors to legs, lungs, in addition to gills, let them gulp air. Over millions of years, those fins became legs and feet. The first tetrapods moved onto land, still tied to water to lay soft, jelly-like eggs. They diversified, some becoming formidable land predators. Then came the amniotic egg, a life support system that freed them from water. Life on land had truly begun. While life was transforming the land itself was not standing still. The Earth's crust is a mosaic of massive plates in motion. In early Paleozoic time, major land masses were scattered. A great southern Gondwana, and smaller continents like Laurentia and Baltica. Collisions thrust up mighty mountain ranges. Their remnants still stand in Scotland and the Appalachians. The oceans between them began to close. Piece by piece, over immense time, Earth's face was rewritten. By the late Paleozoic, nearly all land had merged. A single supercontinent, Pangaea, stretched from South Pole to North, ringed by Panthalassa. A patchwork world became a unified whole. Vast, shallow seas vanished, replaced by an arid continental interior. Rainfall patterns changed, climates grew extreme, setting the stage for crisis. The end of the Paleozoic era was not a gentle fading. It was a sudden, catastrophic collapse. Around 252 million years ago, life faced its most severe trial. This event is known as the Permian-Triassic extinction, the Great Dying. It was the most devastating mass extinction in our planet's history. Up to 96% of marine species vanished. The great trilobites were gone. Reef ecosystems collapsed. On land, about 70% of vertebrates disappeared. Fungi thrived on decay. Leading theory, cataclysmic Siberian traps eruptions on a continental scale. Staggering greenhouse gases drove rapid warming. Warming seas lost oxygen, spawning vast dead zones. On land, heat, drought, and acid rain stripped vegetation. From deep ocean to high atmosphere, the system unraveled. Change was too fast, too profound. The world neared the brink. The Great Dying left behind a ghost world. The planet was impoverished, its ecosystems shattered. Yet, life did not end. In the ashes, the seeds of a new world were stirring. Survivors found immense opportunity on a blank slate. In the seas, new corals and fishes appeared. On land, new dynasties rose. Among them, the archosaurs, ancestors of crocodiles, pterosaurs, and dinosaurs. The Mesozoic, the age of reptiles, rose from Paleozoic rubble. The oxygen we breathe was enriched by those first forests. The soil beneath our feet was created by pioneering plants. Our body plan, 4 limbs, a head, a tail, was set by ancient tetrapods. Even the coal that powered industry came from Paleozoic swamps. Change is Earth's constant, sometimes slow, sometimes sudden. It reminds us of our planet's power and the tenacity of life itself.